Hey, Steve here. Just want to show you a couple of upgrades that we've got now on our racing price monitor. Let me get rid of that music. Oh, Spotify, doesn't it kill you sometimes? Okay, what we've done is we've made different additions in that to racing price monitor, and along the way I think I created a bit of a monster in that I wanted to show everyone an easy way of using racing price monitor. And it was just a guide, and some people took it as gospel and are still using it and it's still working. But there's so much more to this cloud software so that you can use it on your phone, your iPad, whatever, your computer, your Mac. I thought I would just show you a couple of other ways of using it rather than being stuck in the way of the all green. Now, if we look at the all green, what it means is addition that we put in last month, I think it was. If all the bars were green, these all represent an hour, a time frame. And on this chart here, my time frame is I've got T1 set at 60 minutes, T2 at 45, T3 at 30, T4 at 20, T5 at 10, and T6 at 5. What that means is, in the T1 here, this price is the price it was 60 minutes before the race start. So the winner here, Glimpse of Gold, was £15 or dollars, whatever. The odds were 15 at 60 minutes. Then at 45 minutes to go, it was 14.50. Then it was 15, 15.50, 16, and 5 minutes to go, it was 16.50. And just before they jump, a minute before they jump, it's 12.50. So that means at every call of the card, the prices through here have been higher than when it at 1 minute to go. So it means the price has come down from obviously 15. You might say, well, it's 15 there, but it's 15.50 here, so the price hasn't gone down from T3 to T4. That's correct, but the price is always compared to the current price right before they jump. And I've got my set here. If I just go down into the settings, I've got my price to jump at 30 seconds before the off, okay, to give you time to put the bets on. So that's why this is all green. And in the all green that I originally told you about, then this would be a winning bet. This would be one of your selections. This one would be one of your selections. So you would have had 3 selections in this race, of which you got a 12.50 winner, Glimpse of Gold. Now, what we added this week is you can see here the place P, the win, and the place down here on Global Wonder. These will appear 2 or 3 minutes after the race is finished. So you can tell now by running through it, you don't have to go and look at results, you can see straight away how the horses went. Another thing we added the other week was this little box here that tells you about the horse, the weight, the form, the day since its last run, if the jockey's got a claim, etc. So that's all here now as well. But what I want to show you is some other ways of using this. Now we can look here, we can see Ali Hunter for an hour. The price now is 41% better than it was an hour ago here in our T1. So this is one avenue you could look at here, is what's moved the most. But you might not want to look at an hour out. You may want to look over here on T6. T6, which is 5 minutes before. We can see here now that Cotswold Prince was 24% better. Its price now is 24% lower than what it was 5 minutes ago on the T5. So you can see there some big movers there. Ali Hunter came in there 42%. So there's different ways to looking at it. And when you're looking at these dots here, the first dot here represents the first, your T1. So we can see at T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6. At each call of those, the price has been higher than what it is now. So meaning Glimpse of Gold is really firmed in. We look here at Court of Matea, we can see here that an hour ago on T1 it was better or the same. So if it's the same, it's still green. And then we can see the last call, which is your T6 call, 5.9, we can see it's red, which means at the last call the horse has drifted out. So in the last 5 minutes the horse has drifted out because the last one is red. So if we look at employer, that means the 60 minute, the 45, the 30 and the 20 minute, the prices were all higher than the price is now. But the last two calls, the 10 minute and 5 minute calls, the price has drifted out. And if we go across, we can see there that at the 5 minute to go, the price was 10, so it's 25%. The price has drifted out 25% on employer. So there's different ways of looking at using. You may want to go at T3, which is the 30-minute mark. So you might want to look at here at the 30-minute mark and pick the horses that have moved the most, because this is the price, the 30-minute mark of what it is now. Okay. So if it's green here, it means the price has come in. If it's red, it means the price has gone out from whatever time zone you're looking at. Okay, now I've set this, if I bring up the settings here, I've got this one set at 60, 45, 30, 20, 10, 5. Those are the 6T options with 30 seconds to go. Now, if you're doing Australia, and especially any other days other than Wednesday and Saturday, you're best to bring these in to like 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, 2, something like that, because the money comes into the Australian markets a lot later than they do into the UK market. So to get a better guide of what's happening in the market, you may want to look at making it from 30 minutes. Or I've got a couple of clients that are actually using it from 10-minute mark for Australia to really get the movements. Also in recent editions that we've got is up here the market percentage, so we can see at 102.72% of the whole market. That means this market is very close to 100%, which is like a perfect market. And we've got the matched amount, so this race here at Uttoxeter had £65,000 in the market, and it had 15 runners out of the 16 ran in it. That I've noticed on Betfair lately in the UK especially. Australia has gone the other way. Australia, the amount of money into the Australian markets has really increased, and the amount of money in the UK markets has dropped off. If we look here at Kempton, we can see here this nursery at Kempton is £137,000 in the market. That's quite low to what it used to be. So I'm not sure what's happening. I know more people are betting, but it doesn't seem to be more people betting on the UK races at the moment. But let's go back to what I was talking about in the settings. If we go back into the settings, let's have a look. We'll make the settings. Let's make the settings like I said before. Let's say 15, 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2, and we've still got 30 seconds before the off, so we've got time. I'll just submit this. Now these are changing the time zones. The good thing too with Racing Price Monitor is it keeps 7 days of results. So if you go and change the times like I've just changed now, we can go, you can see that down the bottom here, if I just move the camera down, you can see here now our T1 represents 15, 10, etc. So these times now have all changed. Another thing you may notice there, you see little numbers there. What are these little numbers? These are the ticks. So if I hide them, there's no ticks there. It shows you the ticks. This is the amount of ticks, which is the price gaps that Betfair have their bets between. We can see now that Lynn's Boy now, we can see that it's 18% up in price, and it's 12 ticks. It's come in 12 ticks from what it was on the T2, which was 10 minutes ago. So now we'll see what happens with the green ones. We can see here now the first two are all green. So in the last, what that means in the last 15 minutes, because that's what we've changed it to, the prices of these two horses have been on the have been firming in on every call of the card from 15 minutes out to now. Now we can go here at T6. T6 is what the price was 2 minutes ago. So we can see that in the last 2 minutes, Lynn's Boy has come in 15% and Kahab has come in 21%. So by changing that, and if we look at especially markets like Australia here, okay, we can see here now the prices on the 15-minute marks. So we can see there we've got two green ones there. We'd probably end up with more green now that we've changed into a tighter band. But you can see there the winner, Abracadazzle there, all green, paying $19.50. So there are more ways of using it, and especially if you're using in the US. Where's the US? Because the US market, the timing on Betfair is not as good as it could be. Sometimes the races are happening 10 minutes after the Betfair time has come up for the race to start. So if we look here, we can see here Super Echelons 1. We can see that its price at the 15-minute mark was 6.2, so that was lower than it is now. But every call of the card since then, 7.8 has been coming in. We can see here at the 10-minute mark, the price on Super Echelon was 11, 9, 10, 8.6, 7. So it's coming at 6 of the price calls. 5 of them have been firming in from the price that we have right now just before the off. And limit again, we can see it, all the prices there have been higher than the 15.57. So what I'm saying here is that if you're doing the UK and that, it's fine to have a longer price range, a longer time zone if you want, from say 60 minutes or even 120 minutes. But if you're dealing in markets that have small, we can see here on this one here, only £13,000 on it here. And if we go to New Zealand here yesterday, Matamata, we can see here £3,650 and nearly 108% of market. So the market is very out of balance. That's meaning the back price and the lay price is more than a tick or two separated. So not a very competitive market, but we can see there in the all greens we had 4 all greens and Leaf won at 17.5. But what I'm trying to say in this video is don't just look at the all greens. Look at other aspects of the prices here, of how much it's come in. Maybe if you're looking at the 15-minute mark, or if we go over here, maybe looking from the 2-minute mark, which is firmed in. Keeping in mind that the closer to the off you are, the more trading and that's going on, so the prices get skewed a little bit. We can see there the winner has blown out at 15 minutes before the start of the race. It was 2.74. Now just before the race it's 4.91, so that's blown right out, and we can see at every call of the card there we can see minus 78, minus 77, minus 73, minus 73, minus 53, minus 6. So it's been going out at every call of the card, and yet the horse still won. We're not going to get every winner is going to be all green by any stretch of the imagination, but don't just look at it all green being the answer. We can see here on Holy Senorita that the 15, 10, 8 and 6 price was all lower than the price it is now, but in the last 4 minutes on the T5 and the T6 price, it's come in. Okay, so if you see the green near the end, that means it's firming in near the end of the race and near the end towards the start. And if it's the other way around, if it's green and then red, it means the further out it go, it was at a lower price, but now it's drifting out, and that's not what we really want. But another way of looking at it too, if we just go to Australia, these are Betfair prices, and I find the Betfair prices are a pretty good indication of what the horses are doing. But if we look at say Canterbury here, we're looking at Big Parade, all green there, pretty short price. Eagle Farm here, the winner Little River, all green, and only 2 all green, so that wasn't too bad. But I'm just looking at Canterbury Race 4. I just want to show you a different approach that you may want to use. Canterbury Race 4 here, we've got 2 horses here that 15 minutes out have come in 10% and 14%, and this one here, bar none, won the race. So you can look at many different ways of using this, and we looked at near the 2 minutes before the start of the race, nothing's happening there, not much price movement at all, so the market is not that volatile. In this one here, we are looking at Be Beautiful. See, it's all green here. It's coming 60% in the last 15 minutes and 4% in the last 2 minutes. And we also look at this other one up here. I knew he was mine. 31%. So these 2 horses have come in a long way in the 15 minutes. And another way of looking at it, if you don't have a Betfair account, like I know some of you don't, you can still access these prices. It doesn't go through your Betfair account. These are cloud-based, and you don't need Betfair to access these prices. But you can use them on avenues, like this race here, Sandown Race 6. If I just bring up B, these are the 2 horses there, Beautiful B, and I Knew He Was Mine. We can see here, if we look down in the Quinella here, that's first and second in any order, paid $94. And the exacta, which means you had to have the first horse and the second horse in the correct order, which is what we did have, is $218 for having 6 and 2, which is, if we go back to where we were, we had 6 and 2. We had number 6 at 60% and number 2 at 31%. So that's, exotics are another way that you can look at using this software. It's a guide. Don't get stuck on everything being all green, even though everything was all green here. Don't get stuck on that. Look at the percentages here as well to see where an angle can be. And you can see there, just talking about the liquidity in Australia, this one here was 102.86, so they're all around about 103% of the market, and £125,000 in that market. So this is a Wednesday meeting. Wednesday and Saturday are the best meetings in Australia for liquidity. But let's look at also, see Canterbury here, which you can see there, the winner there was red right across, but still managed to win. Sandown here, we can see the winner here, right down the bottom, zero to doubt. It was higher price, and then also you'll see here Ballarat. These you can see here pace. This is a harness meeting, and you can see that all of a sudden now the amount of money there, only just under £4,000 in this marketplace. So if you go into harness and it says a pace or trot on that, then there's a hell of a lot less money in there. Anyway, let me wrap this video up and just say that if you're looking for a tool to be a good guide for you, then Racing Price Monitor is a definite way to go. And as I said before, you got here, if I just click on here, you've got the last 7 days here. So we can go back to last Thursday, and we can see then last Thursday what happened there. Straits of Hormuz there, all green, a winner. Newcastle, we can see they're all red, a winner. But this, and you can change the settings again back to 60, that we're still on 15 here. So a winner there, all green. So check out Racing Price Monitor. This is Steve on behalf of Michael. Thank you for watching this, and it's a great tool, and it's available on the cloud, so you've got it wherever you go. It's in your pocket, it's on your phone, it's on your tablet, PC or Mac. Thanks again, and hope racing is kind to you. Cheers.